Hello and welcome back to Bamboo Batu. Today I am here live in person with the bamboo expert, David Benfield from North Carolina. It's not too often I get to meet up with bamboo people face to face in real life, but he's here in Spain actually, in my little village of La Llacuna, passing through with his family. And so we just wanted to check in and see what's going on with bamboo in North Carolina and anywhere else. David, welcome.
Thank you.
Let's start out by telling us a little bit about your backstory, how you got into the life of bamboo.
Sure. I had a friend in the mid 90s, actually, we were in college, that became Joel Salatin's first apprentice. He's a real famous farmer up in Virginia. And he got me started on the idea of farming and what eventually led to a fascination with permaculture. And actually, he's the reason why I'm here in Europe, because I was doing some work with him in Denmark. And so I got interested in permaculture because for me it has a lot of solutions for the problems that we're facing, ecologically and economically and just even culturally and community oriented. And I kept running across bamboo in my readings mostly as this thing that kind of stuck out as something that just didn't fit the norm of all of the other plants, but had tons of potential. It's like, this is considered the most sustainable resource in the world, but we use it in the United States. I grew up in North Carolina, and I actually grew up right down the road from a bamboo grove that my brother and I used to go and play in and cut them down and make stuff. So I always kind of liked it, but I didn't know a lot of the possibility. And so I started really getting into the idea of bamboo, just about the possibility that in the Southeast United States we have, one of the best places in the world to grow the temperate species. And eventually started Brightside Bamboo, kind of fast forwarding quite a bit, but in 2010 I started Brightside Bamboo, initially with the intent on helping people farm bamboo. And we've done that a little bit, and honestly that's still my heart, but very, very early on, in fact, from the very beginning, we started doing bamboo maintenance and sort of removal and containment. So we did that for the first few years, and then we started a nursery, and we started growing bamboo and installing it. So now, since, for the last 13 plus years, we really specialize in removal, containment, management, and planting bamboo, and then of course growing bamboo is the main thing that we do. And we've established ourselves as I think one of the top countries, or the top companies in the country that do that. We cover a pretty large area from DC down to Atlanta. But I still am looking for the thing that I think is going to change the world, which is the farming. And one of the reasons why I wanted to come to Spain is in the north of Spain, I think there's a lot of potential because there's enough rain for it, and it's not as dry, which some bamboos can grow in, but it's not the best for kind of a commercial application. So we're going to be checking that out, driving there tonight and spending some time up in northern Spain.
Nice, awesome. Yeah, if you want to grow bamboo commercially, the northwest part of Spain, where it gets a lot more rain, it's going to be a lot better. Like we were saying earlier, bamboo can grow pretty much all over Spain. It's a good climate, but most of the country you're going to need some irrigation. It's a pretty dry Mediterranean country, but like the subtropicals grow really well in Spain. It doesn't get too cold if you stay along the coast. Anyway, it's really good conditions. It's just the irrigation is the main hurdle for that.
Right.
And yeah, it's interesting. Also, you pointed out about your business in the U.S. To promote bamboo farming, and a lot of your business, as we've talked about, is actually around maintenance and removal, because people have planted bamboo or they've bought a piece of land with bamboo on it, and it's just way more bamboo than they can handle. And the nature of bamboo growing, spreading, and growing, a lot of people plant it without planning it, and end up with a bamboo grove that's kind of out of control. So it's good for business, I suppose. Job security. The bamboo is always going to be growing, but I think you and I share the same passion of promoting more bamboo cultivation, more cultivation done intelligently, planned, to make use of all those benefits of bamboo. to tame the beast, as they say. Because the potential is huge.
Right. I think one of the interesting things about maintaining bamboo is the things that you would do to farm bamboo, which is kind of yearly thinning, fertilizing, making sure it has the right water, like are all the exact same tasks that you would need to do for farming it. So if you have bamboo that you want to grow, perhaps just ornamentally, if it's a large enough bamboo, then it makes sense to make use of it even in a smaller urban or suburban environment, because you can really, a lot of my customers, primarily if they're wanting the bamboo to plant, they're wanting it as a privacy screen, which is great for. I mean, it's probably the best plant in the world for it. But what they discover, to their delight, is this is a great food source with the edible bamboo shoots.
Yeah.
Of course, the poles are extremely useful for everything from garden stakes to creating all sorts of crafts and things like that with them. So it's a really neat plant to have, just environmentally, but also in a useful sense. And most of the people that I see that have bamboo, often that's been there for decades, has been planted either because somebody in the past wanted some privacy screens, or because they needed erosion control, because it's very good for that too. It's probably the reason why the USDA and government organizations before the USDA existed were importing bamboo, because it was a useful plant, especially during the 1930s and the Dust Bowl and the massive problems that we had back then with erosion. Bamboo has helped a lot of people do that. So it's a great, useful plant. It's a beautiful plant, and I think is an important part of the only way we're going to find solutions for our biggest problems right now. Bamboo is a pretty big piece of that.
Right, soil regeneration, carbon removal,
Right.
just sustainable living, for sure.
Yeah.
So 10 or 15 years in the bamboo business, are you seeing the bamboo industry in the U.S. starting to grow? Is it stagnating? Is it about to take off? Any thoughts on that? What do you think?
It's hard for me to say, because I think we definitely see more demand now than we used to see. However, I don't know if that's just because we've gotten bigger, or, COVID was kind of an anomaly because tons of people wanted bamboo for privacy, just like a lot of, the demand for certain things went up during COVID.
Just because
and now
people
it's
were at home more often, so they wanted more privacy.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So I think I have seen a demand as people become more environmentally conscious, and that they at least hear on podcasts like this, or they often just maybe see, something in advertising where it talks about maybe they're buying bamboo toilet paper or something like that, and they see how environmentally friendly bamboo is. They have this vague sense that bamboo is a good thing to plant instead of a bad thing to plant. So I think we're seeing the right kind of progress there. And we certainly I've had people from the very beginning interested in bamboo farming, but I think that I definitely am seeing more people interested in that as well.
Nice. Well, if you want to know more, you can check out brightsidebamboo.com. That's the website. We'll put links down below in the notes. If you're growing bamboo or interested in growing bamboo anywhere, you said from Washington, D.C. down to Atlanta. It's a pretty huge area that you guys cover, and some of the best area in the world for those temperate bamboos, like you said.
Right.
And great. It's great to have you here in Spain. I know you got a couple hours, or 5 or 6 hours of driving to get to your next destination.
Right.
So we'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that cool stuff. All right. Stay tuned for more. Bye.
Thank you.